Hello, friends. Welcome to today's live session. And today we have a very important session because there are lots of things happening today. So, now what is important about today's session? That is the first thing you want to know if you are looking at the current market, right? So, if you are looking at the current market, you should know today is a quadruple witching day. If you do not heard about this term, let me show you. Here we are. Okay, so understand this. This refers to a date on which stock index futures, stock index options, stock options, and single stock futures expire simultaneously, while these stocks options contract and index option expire on the third Friday of every month. All four asset classes expire simultaneously on the third Friday of June, March, June, September, and December. Right? So, so this is the third Friday we have here for this month, and here we are, the quadruple witching. So this is one thing which you must understand about today's session. Now, let's go and see what the US market is doing. Now we have seen a dramatic change in the price chart of Dow Jones, S&P, and Nasdaq is anyways weak if you are looking at yesterday's session or day before yesterday. Now, primarily, this is happening because of this settlement, right? So, one of the primary reason for this price action is the quadruple settlement. That is the first thing. So, if you have any fear in your mind, then you should understand why it is happening. Now, another thing we have here is if you are talking about, if you are also thinking about the new variant, as you can see, South African hospitalization rate falls 91%. Okay, so this is the origin of the new variant, and this is the latest news. If you can search with the new variant in South Africa, you will get to know what I'm talking about. And this is just a 1 day old or a couple of hours back, that the hospitalization rate has fallen quite drastically. So which means this is not the reason why market should fall. Now, one more thing, right? I'm just telling you all the reasons which one should know and understand as far as the trade is concerned, right? So if you are looking at the levels or if you are looking at the trends, you should understand that rising interest rate is actually good for financials and banks, right? Rising interest rate is actually good for financials and banks. So if things are moving, there is a reason behind it. Now let's go and check the primary price action from all these indices, and then we will discuss the rest of the important things, and we will look at the Q&A. So first of all, here we are, the dollar index. Dollar index is in a consolidation. It is in a consolidation, and you can see there is a uptrending move in the dollar index, and simultaneously all the stock indices are started falling, right? So direct correlation we have here, and if you can check the VIX, it is also rising. So we have all the reasons, or we have all the things that can move opposite to the stock market are moving higher. So now dollar index is moving higher. It has already crossed 96.18. So you have 96.6 and 96.92. So if it continues to move higher, we will see dramatic movements in the Dow Jones or across all the major indices. Now, this is the chart of Dow Jones. This is the hourly chart, and you can see now the settlement will definitely take place, and it will take couple of hours, but it should not be a case of worry. But this rising dollar may again be a problem. That is one of the things that you need to understand over here, right? So let me show it to you. So this is what we have as far as the current range or the trend is concerned, right? This is what we have here. Here we are. So this is what we have as far as the trend is concerned. So if dollar index, or bigger pardon, if Dow Jones started sustaining in between this range, so in between 35,000 to 35,435, then probably we will go for the upper end of the range, which is in between 36,100 and 36,500. But we have to see whether it will sustain or not, because things turns quite volatile. Apart from that, if you are looking at the Nasdaq, over here, so what you can see, this is just hanging. This is just hanging, and the trend looks quite weak as of now. And obviously, interest rate is, I would say, one of the biggest enemy as far as the Nasdaq chart is concerned. And because this is a very high beta index, so anything which moves or which is negative to this will probably react quite quick. So Nasdaq is indeed reacting very sharply as far as the negative things are concerned, which is working negatively for this index. Now, the good thing about the current trend of Nasdaq is it has taken support. So this is the big support we have here, and if there is a turnaround from in Nasdaq, it will start happening from here. So things are looking quite interesting, because even though you can see very big or sharp drops, it is clearly visible that the indices are holding its level. So 14,800 on the downside, and if this trend sustain, we will again have a move towards 16,500 and 16,700. So remember this thing, right? So both in Dow Jones and Nasdaq, the trend and the indices hold at least holding its level, and it is trading at or near to its very important support level. So if there is any move, it will start happening from here. Now let's go and check what are the important events or news we have here. Now you can see couple of just we have started with 500 points down take, and now we are just 394. So Dow Jones has already recovered more than 100 points. Apart from that, let's see what's happening. What else is happening? Now this is a very important news for those who are even using these applications. Buy now and pay later stock tumbles after US consumer watchdog launching probe. So which are these stocks you have here, if you have anything? So seeking, okay, so the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is seeking information from Affirm, Afterpay, Klarna, PayPal, and Zip. So these are all the shares which are inside the investigation. So let's look at this chart first, what are happening, because there are some big names. So first is Affirm with, let's see, yep, Affirm Holdings, and you can see the sharp drop over here. So currently it is holding its support level. If you're looking at Affirm, although there is a sharp drop in the price, but it is very near to its support level, so it is holding. But if it falls below a certain level, then the stock will probably try to fill up the gap, which means if Affirm holding started falling below $87, then there is a gap which needs to be filled. So the next support is in between $71 and $74 on the downside. So this is what we have here as far as the Affirm is concerned. What else we have is PayPal. PayPal is one of the big names we have here. So PayPal is also down and out for the time being, but if you are looking at the long-term chart, yeah, it looks like the correction is not yet over. And if you are looking at the chart of PayPal, so there is a range you can see, right? This is the range we have here. And if you are looking at this range, what you can see is something like this. So if you want to look at PayPal, there is a better buying opportunity at $126. If it goes over there and if it started moving right now, then it's a different scenario, but a better buying opportunity will emerge in between $126 and $139 on the downside. Apart from that, let's see. I'm just going through all the reasons, or I'm just trying to find out, searching that if anything which is hampering the market apart from what we discussed. Okay. So this is one about Rivian, and okay, this is about crypto, and there is a report that Goldman says oil could hit $100. Demand might reach to new record high in the 2 years. Okay, so they are talking about demand. Now, if the demand is because of the participation that we have seen in 2003 and 7, then I would say it would be good. But we have to see, even though it is going towards 100, we have to see what are the things that are impacting this, or that will keep this demand going on. I think, yeah, let's go to the chart section and let's see what is happening in today's market. So what is today's big gainer? We have GenFit with 40% worth of move. Now, keep on saying one thing, that it doesn't matter which market you are trading, market will find its reason and its move. And you can see, you can't find, you know, the overall market is moving as you want to, or as it's want to, but there will be some gainers and losers in every market, whether you are in a bull market or a bear market. It's just that, are you able to identify those or not? So if you are looking at the stock of GenFit, it is trading or holding over 3.68. So the next two targets we're gonna have here is in between 5.96, and it can extend up to 7.3. Right, so this is what we have here, and every time you can see that the reactive stocks, although names are different, they are coming into the picture. So we have Bellerophon Theriaptics, and it is also moving with the highest volume for today's session. So if you are looking at this chart, you will probably see, so this is a chart which is saying something negative as far as the trend is concerned. So anyhow, the stock is going down or moving down. Now if you are looking at this range, what we have here is something like this, right? So if you're looking at the trend, you have $2.3 on the downside, and the upper end of the range is in between 11.7 and $14. So this is what we have here as far as the range is concerned. Now if you're looking at this trend or range, you can probably see that this is trading at the lowest end of the range, and with a strict stop loss of $2.3, if the stock started moving, we will have a range that is in between 10 and 14 on the upside, right? And quite surprisingly, we have AMC which comes into the picture, and after quite a few trading sessions, we have seen, I think if I remember correctly, GameStop have indeed started moving, and today we can see AMC is playing its role. So, and it has been moving from the lows of $21, right? So there has been some uptrending moves that are going on as far as the range is concerned. So this is what we have as far as the trend or the range is concerned. Now, looking at the current moves, what we have here, we have the upper end of the range which is in between 38 and 43, right? So this is what we have here as far as the swing is concerned, and we will definitely see how the stock is going to move or where it will sustain. Then we will discuss the rest of the things. Devi, I have just uploaded a complete video on AVCT, and if you want, you can probably check that out. I think yesterday or today itself, I have uploaded a new video on American Virtual Cloud Tech AVCT. Please go and have a look at it, and you will get a complete picture and the updates about the trend, rather than I talk only about the current price move, right? So, and meanwhile, if Ansi or Devi, if you guys have any other questions, please do ask, and we will go through the rest of the things. Meanwhile, let's see what else we have here. So as far as today's losers are concerned, so Aviona. Now it is quite interesting that on one side you have theriatic stock which are gainers, and another side you have theriatic stocks who are losing. So, and if you're losing this chart, and please don't ask, I hope somebody don't ask about this chart. Anyhow, I'm explaining this chart, but please don't ask, because the simple reason here is there is no hope in this chart. And you can see, I don't know how this stock is trading in the market. There is no way, or there is no hope left as far as the trend or the range is concerned. And you can see the stock is moving quite sharply on the downside, right? So what we have here are two important levels on the downside. So you have your first support at 22 cents, and then your next support at, I think, 0.08. So this is what we have here as far as the trend or range is concerned. Okay, what else we have? Yeah, Rivian Automotive. So there is a reason behind it. I think we have just seen about Rivian. If it is gone, then we have to search it out again. Else. So let's go and check out the chart first, and then we will discuss the rest of the things. So Rivian Automotive, yeah, if you choose this kind of stock, I don't understand why to choose this kind of stocks where we do not have any price action, or we can't understand so the things which are going on as far as the trends are concerned, right? So if you can't understand what are the things we have here, and you can say that the stock is trading at the lowest end of the range. So you have $95 and you have $100. So these are the two levels which is acting at its support. And if the stock started trading above 101, in that case you will find some respite towards 123 and 126. But right now there is nothing which we can see as far as the news is concerned. Let's see what we have here. We have just seen about, yeah, so you can see, so Rivian stocks plummet after its first earnings report, and they have also cut down the production, right? Yeah, Rivian stock nosedive after steep loss and slim production. So this is the news. Why it is moving down, but it has already started to recover. So things can move on both the direction today. As you can see, now the markets are recovering quite sharply on the upside. So probably the settlements are happening, and that's what I was saying in the first half of the trading session, or first half of my the introduction speech. So what's your overall opinion about the EV stock? I mean, see, now every auto stock has an EV part of it, okay? And if you are looking at different auto stocks, you will find an EV part, because it is now a mandate which the government across all the global manufacturing industries or the countries have taken a step that now we have to go for a clean and a green energy. So you have to move towards the conventional energy to a renewable source of energy. You have asked a couple of questions. So as far as NEO is concerned, so let it move above $32, at least $32. So if it started trading above $32, then only we can talk about it. Other than that, a range has been broken. So right now it is completely bearish. That's the first thing. Next, you have asked is XPEV. Okay. And I want to say one thing about the stocks you are asking, because these are all the stocks which are headquartered in China. So be very much careful about the stocks which are from China and listed in US stock exchanges, because the geopolitical issue can probably hamper the stock performance. So it is not only about the industry, but if you started choosing those stocks uh, which can create, which can cause you a pain, or which uh, makes you lose money because of something else which is not related to company specific issue. So be very specific about that. Now, if you are looking at Xpang, it is trading at its support level. So if it continues to sustain above $40, you will see an uptrend moving forward. Then you have Ford and General Motors. So talking about Ford, so Ford is quite stable, as you can see, and there is a secular move that is happening over here, and it is now ready to move big, because it has crossed, as you can see, it has already broken out, and it has given a 20 year worth of breakout beyond 18.75 or $19. Now it is moving towards the higher end of the range, or highest end of the range. So big breakout has already happened. Only condition is it has to sustain above $19 as far as the Ford motor is concerned. Okay. Okay. Yeah, sure. Then we have General Motors. General Motor is not looking good. Let it start trading above $65 as far as General Motor is concerned. Now, Lim asked about C Limited. So, could you please let me know the complete name of this one? Meanwhile, I will look into other things. Please tell me the full name of it. So, we have seen some sharp recovery, and just now I was telling you about Nasdaq and the way it is trading near its support, and as you can see, there is a sharp recovery that is happening from its support itself. So this is what we have here, right? This is what we have here as far as the trend is concerned, and now it has started moving. Okay, let me search with SE. Okay, it's C Limited. Let me see whether I can find it or not. Yeah. Yes, it looks like it's near to its support. So, but this is a range. Okay. So if this stock started sustaining in between, okay, so this is a range. If this stock started sustaining in between, let me show it to you, 195 and $200, then we can expect a swing on the upside, but don't go below $195 on the downside. So this is what we have here. So as you have stars, please see some safe stocks for small position for beginners. If you want safe stocks, I would tell you one simple thing: go with ETFs. If you are a beginner and if you can hold anything, or if you are looking something for long term like 20 or 30 years, I will definitely tell you to go with ETF. You do want to play in stock, that's fine, but go with ETF, whether you are talking about the small cap ETF or a large cap ETF like S&P 500. Okay, S&P 500 would be a better one. I would say go with ETF, have an SIP with that for the next 30 to 40 years, and you will get a huge amount of return over a period of time. For the simple thing is, stock can die down, index can't. Okay, so this is the simple rationale behind it. And if you can put small amount of money in ETF, because even if the ETF goes down, even if the stocks index goes down by 60, 70 or 80%, which will not happen practically, but let's say even if it will go down, we know that whenever market recovers, the first one is the index which will get recovered. Okay, so forget about stock, start trading with ETF. And additionally you can start trading in stocks. So start your small trading with ETFs, then go into stock, because it is not about fundamental or technical. There are lots of other things in the market which comes into picture, and you need experience to understand or to learn about that. It's not only theoretical, it's also about, because when you are in the market, you are virtually, previously when we are in rings, so we are in front of each and every people and exchanging papers. Now virtually you are buying and selling, or you are confronting yourself with millions and millions of users across the globe. So you understand the consequences or what kind of mental ability you require. So start with ETF, and that's the safest and I would say risk-free, easy money-making machine. And if you don't believe me, you can simply go to Google and search how much money Warren Buffett has indeed made through ETFs, right? You can probably go and check. He will be the better person to talk about that, but save yourself first, then start jumping in stocks. What else we have? This one, Elox Pharma. Now, last year, people were making money. People were making huge amount of money, and I have in last year the volumes are specifically very, very, very high. What we can see right now, and this time the market has reflected or showed its true nature, where it is moving the way it should move. And I have been saying this thing for the last couple of months, that do not keep an image of equity market in your mind, which can give you super normal returns that it has given in the past 1.5 year. Now those kind of movements will definitely come, but those years, it will not happen every year. Some stocks definitely outperform, but when each and everything is outperforming, there is a period for that, and probably the period is over as of now, and we will get to know when the same thing started appearing or happening again. So if you're looking at Elox Pharma, it is a downtrending chart, and if you're looking at the range, it will probably jump in between 2.4 and 4.1, 4.16 if it sustains above 59 cents on the downside. Don't go below 59 cents. This is what we have here. Okay. You use XLF and XLK. First I need to see what are those. Okay. So you talk financial select sector SPDR fund. Yeah. Yeah, we are. Okay, fine. And XLK. XLK technology sector. Great. So I hope you are making a decent amount of money out of this too. Okay. And many congratulations for that. But when you are talking about this sectoral funds or sectoral ETFs, you should understand there is a time limit for that, right? Because not each and every sector or index move with the same amount of return across period. For example, this technology sector is now recovering, right? It is now recovering, and as you can see, after the Y2K that has happened in 1999 2000, so the same level appears after 18 years, and now what is happening is this move. So right now it is up by 160%. Do not simply compare it with this move where it is up by 1300%. Why? Because till $67 is a recovery mode. Whereas you have talked about the financial sector ETF. XLF. Yeah, sure, Lim. Let me clarify this XLF and XLK, then I will look into your comment. So what I was saying is, so this is about tech, and now we'll go to the financial fund. If you are looking at this chart, what you can see here is, here we are. So a breakout has happened, after 2007 a breakout has happened in 2020. So right now you have probably done the right thing by selecting a right kind of sector, but this sector comes with a period tag. And what I said about ETF was S&P 500. I have not chosen the small cap, large cap, or Dow Jones or Nasdaq. For the simple reason is S&P 500 is a combination of everything. We don't know whether financial will move, or tech will move, or energy will move, or consumer durables will move, or real estate will move, or anything else will move. What we do know, if you somehow manage ourselves in such a way that we have a combination of everything, in that case we will save ourselves from volatility, and at the same time it doesn't matter whomsoever is moving. If the overall index is moving up, I am making money. And that's why I rather prefer, I'm not saying, and I'm not here to recommending or suggesting anything to you. But the thing is, if you have something which will give you the essence of most of the market with less volatility, then that should be preferably right compared to a sectoral one which can give you a sharp return. But if you don't understand how to look at the trend, or whether the uh, larger trend has now ended, then you will be in a problem at that time. Arpit, this session is only for US market, and this is not for India market. You can probably write me down in the comment section and we will look into it later on. Right? This is only for Wall Street. So what we have here, G. Lim have asked about the MasterCard, and yeah, MasterCard looks fine. MasterCard is holding its trend, and Lim, if you just listen what I have said about the finance sector, and it is very much visible that finance sector has broken out after a very long time. So you can probably look into it. Okay, so if you are looking at the finance sector, and if it works out, probably this is the time to make money. And as far as MasterCard is concerned, if it sustains above, so this is the range we have here. So if MasterCard sustains above $313, which it is right now quite comfortably, then it should move higher from this level. So chart looks good, right? Woo is ETF. I never heard about that. Let's search. Okay. Vanguard 500 index. Yeah, I think so. Vanguard S&P 500. Yes. If it is Vanguard S&P 500, then yes, it is. It looks good, and you have seen the kind of return even with the market volatility. This is up by 200% now. Understand one thing. I don't know how you come up with this, and why are you selecting, but because this is an S&P 500 related fund, so obviously this is one of the preferred one. I'm not talking about only about the Vanguard, or if you have come up with BlackRock or anything else. But what I was saying here is, if you are looking at the return, you will get only 200%. But you can see, even at the volatility, if you let's say if you put $1,000 over here and you did nothing, now it is 200% higher, which means your 1,000 turned into $3,000. That's one way to look at it. But if you do regular SIP, and more specifically when there is a volatility like this or like this, and let's say, or even with a small correction which is 8 to 10% like this, if you have invested every time this ETF falls 8 to 10% or more, and after each and every 5% more fall, if you have invested in this, and let's say over a period of last 6 or 7 years, if you have invested $10 or $20,000, then that would end up giving you like 28. If you have, let's say, invested $10,000 by doing that, so it will ending up giving you like, it's more than $30,000 or maybe nearly $40,000. So if you are doing SIP at regular times or regular intervals where you can see the biggest fall, then definitely you are here to make more. So it's all about volume. It's not only about the percentage. because the big institutions are earning on volumes and not percentage, right? So this is what we have here. So I think you'll get clarity. And let's say, more on this Vanguard S&P 500. Let's say, in next 30 years, if you have invested $1 million on this, I'm just saying, okay, I'm not recommending a suggestion. And if you are making simply 200% on that $1 million, so your profit will be $2 million on that, right? So understand this volume thing matters a lot. So even a small volume can change your world if if the small percentage can give you big returns if you have big volume on your money or with your money. So this is what we have here. Now for today's session, as far as today's session is concerned, it is very much volatile and we have specific reasons for that. Let's see one or two things and we can simply get an idea about the next probable move. Anyhow, we will do the weekly report analysis of US market, and I would definitely suggest you or request you to watch that series. You can get a gist of whatever has happened in the last 1 week or what will probably happen in next 1 week. So do watch USA weekly market report, and this will be the week's performance or week market report for US market every Sunday. So do watch that series. You will get a gist of it, how market is going to move in the upcoming session. Now what we have here, what I was searching for is 96.38 is dollar index, and where is the VIX? So VIX is okay, fine. So right now there is no way you can go with a large number of stocks because of the settlement we have here, settlement trading session we have here today, and there will be a fresh round of move from next Monday onwards, and you will see the market will show different move, or the market will move in a complete different manner from Monday onwards, hopefully. And why I'm saying hopefully is because a condition, and that condition is with the dollar index. If the dollar index does not if the dollar index, let's say, sustain at the level where it is, and more than that, if it started moving at or above 97, you will definitely see a downtrending move. Else the market will find its way to stabilize itself. So as of today, you will see some volatile moves, but you can't see much gain on top of the things which we have here in today's market, because things looks volatile. And let's leave it over here, and there is no need carry forward positions to Monday. Let's enjoy the weekend and then come fresh on Monday, and let's see what are the things that are moving as far as the Monday's trend is concerned. Okay, so meanwhile, I just want to close this session because we have nothing more, and right now I have I think done with all the queries. So do share this channel and this video session with your family and friends, so that we can reach more and more number of people, and we will see you next Monday. So do join me on this session live, and we will try to see, or we will try to share our experience each other, and we will try to sail through the market going forward. So this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching.